Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News,
RSN Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It is Friday.
Friday, man. End of the week.
Made it through another week, man.
Got another one down.
Yeah.
Time for the weekend.
Hey, you know what time it is.
Time for some new music. All right. So, DJ Khaled dropped a new one. Supposed to Be Love featuring Future, Lil Baby, Uzi. It's a pretty dope song. You know, they had a sample from PYT from Michael Jackson. And, you know, it was a feel-good song. I liked it.
Yeah, man. You know, Khaled, he always come with something upbeat for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Something up-tempo. Like, when I think of Khaled, I think of, like, a hype man. A hype man that makes great music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God did. Another one.
You know?
Yeah, he had some pretty great ad-libs. I like, you know, Khaled's dope.
Word. Shout out to them. So
Bia, she dropped her new album called Really Her. I haven't listened to it all the way through. I listened to like maybe 4 songs so far. I'm gonna keep checking it out. I like it. You know, she's very lyrical. The only thing I'm seeing so far is that the songs are kind of short. It's like she's making them like 2-minute songs.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's like we want more.
Right. But, you know, I'll check it out and see how that goes.
All right.
Sierra, so we talked about her on the last episode. She dropped How We Roll with Chris Brown, and the fans spoke.
Oh, man, what they said?
Black Twitter came after her, said,
oh, no, not Black Twitter.
Chris Brown's canceled. What are you doing?
Come on, man.
She can't win for losing, right? Because when she did the Independent song a couple months ago, they came at her over that.
Yeah.
Then she does the Love song, and then they come after her about that. But because she's with Chris Brown.
It's like, first of all, the whole Chris Brown thing is so old.
Yeah,
Let it go.
35 years old.
Let it go, man. Let it go. We still don't even know what really happened in that situation. If we want to get down to it, we still don't even know all the details. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you can't fault somebody else for doing a record with Chris Brown. It's almost like, what were we talking about a couple weeks ago? So who did the Kodak and
Tekashi?
Tekashi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, come on. It's like, this was forever ago. Chris Brown, life completely different from then.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
he was a teenager then, I think.
Yeah, he was young.
Or he was in his young 20s.
I think it had to be younger than that, man.
Yeah, I think he was a teenager. He might have been like 19.
It's might be 18, something like that.
But yeah, it was so long ago. But you know, Sierra, she thought ahead this time.
Yeah, but
she hit him with the Uno reverse.
Yeah.
Said, I'm with child. You can't talk to me like that.
Oh my God, this is just this is just too much, guys. Tried to share the special moment with you,
right? Y'all didn't listen to the song?
Yeah.
So if you look at me like that again, we gonna make another kid?
That's good. Yeah, that was proactive marketing right there. Like, she like, okay, if this go left, we gonna hit him with this.
That's what I'm saying. She's smartening up. She know people be coming after her all the time. Like, Sierra's someone that gets dragged. She's been dragged over the past like 10 years through like social media.
Yeah, she had a rough time with relationships.
Yeah.
Different people. So
with Future.
Yeah, Bow Wow.
You wanna know something funny that I just learned?
What?
So Bow Wow's daughter and Sierra's son have a mutual half sibling between Future and Bow Wow's ex baby mama.
What?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Thanksgiving is messy.
I was like, man, these people in Hollywood live weird.
That's crazy.
Right?
Wow.
But yeah, so I mean, but congratulations to Sierra for having a new kid.
Yeah. Congrats.
So, to some news. Man, Tory Lanez got sentenced this week. Judge gave him 10 years. He's out of there.
Sheesh.
Shipped off L.A. County.
Golly. You think you're going to make it?
I don't know what's going to happen to him, but, man, it's just a sad situation to see.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. You know, not ever happy to hear about when people doing time, but it's like, man, I wish he could. He wish he could take that back.
For real, like them drunk nights, hanging out with Megan.
Right. If you had to title this "A Ride to Remember," like, golly, yeah. I hope, you know, prayers to everybody's way involved. You know, so they move on with the situation. Hey, would you real quick? You just said Sierra and Russ pregnant again. You think she got pregnant after she wore that dress to the thing and everybody getting over it? It was like, you know what?
It might have happened after Future dropped that song dissing Russell. So every time Future dissed me, I would get his ex pregnant.
True. That's a heck of a payback right there. Golly.
I don't know. But yeah, so we got some news with Neyo. Neyo almost getting himself canceled this week, talking about transitioning children.
Oh, man.
Right. So he said that he doesn't agree with it. I'm not sure why he tweeted it.
Yeah.
But he made a response. Basically, his publicist made an apology. Then he made a video saying, no, I don't apologize. This is how I feel. This is what I think. And I don't agree with certain aspects of this. I'll educate myself more on it. But he said, I don't think there's any book that could change my mind about it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think he also said he didn't care if he got canceled about it or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, he said
he was like, cancel me.
He said the world don't need a Neyo no more.
Yeah, he shared his opinions and everything, and he just don't care. Unapologetically tell his truth.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like he said. Everyone has an opinion. He can share his, and that's perfectly fine. That's how he feels.
Word.
All right, so let's jump to some news. So, Alabama, man.
Oh,
Alabama was crazy this week.
Let's get ready to rumble.
They out there throwing chairs.
Yeah, this whole situation.
I've seen them throw a white person in the lake.
This is. I think there's gonna be some retaliation after this video has gotten out. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm sure you got to know what we're talking about.
For sure.
The big rumble video is going on at the boating docks, where I think it was security
in
Montgomery, Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Security guard was trying to get the group of people to move their boat.
They didn't want to move for whatever reason,
and then they jumped the security guard. So not to make this about race, but just to set the tone. It was a black security guard and I don't know about 7 or 8. Caucasian people, and they were upset for whatever reason. They didn't want to move their boat, and they jumped them. And then they got jumped. It's like, oh,
and then people start showing up to the rescue. Alabama said, not today.
Man, dude, the guy who was getting jumped threw his hat in the air.
And it was like a call.
It was like a movie.
Said,
he threw that hat in the air, and black people came out everywhere.
Right? Even a young boy that was swimming.
Yeah, a guy jumped off the boat.
They called him
into
Aquaman.
The water.
Aquaman.
He jumped off the boat into the water, swam over there like Michael Phelps, pulled himself up out of the water, and
started swinging on people.
Yo, I heard somebody got hit with a chair. I heard that chair, the price of the chair has gone up. I heard if you're trying to get a white folding chair right now, you paying it went from $20 to $80 or something like that.
Nah, you gotta keep it 20. That's protection right there.
Yeah, man. People gonna be riding around with chairs in their truck now. It used to be the Louis Slugger, now it's a chair.
But I don't know. It's it was kind of crazy to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people stepped up to protect the security guard. Because that was definitely messed up to try to fight him for telling you to move or him doing his job. But it's just you don't want to see this escalate.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you know what? It's like this, right? Because I hear people talking about this topic a lot, right? And they're saying yes, it shows the state of the country. It shows the state of the world right now, mindset. But I feel like people kind of exaggerate. Oh, I can't believe all these black people came to help, and they came and they jumped these Caucasian people, right? But nobody's saying it was not okay for the black guy to get jumped in the beginning. It started the whole thing. So it's kind of
like they only see one side of it.
Yeah, they only see the outcome. So if he let's say God forbid he would have died or he would have been seriously injured.
Or think if nobody came.
If nobody was there, if he was there by himself, nobody seen. You got to think about all the situations, especially in Alabama, where this is a prominent situation with the racism. All the people who didn't have cameras watching or had people had their back. So,
yeah, it's a crazy thing. Even Marlon Wayans took some heat for it, for saying, don't let this happen in a small town, or let's not try this in a small town or something like that.
Oh, word?
Yeah, and people got mad at him for saying that. They called him privilege.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The Wayne's never really been on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just be careful. I think everyone's going to be at an Auburn game in a few months and forget all about this.
Yeah, hopefully they do.
So, some bad news out of Hawaii. And Maui caught on fire.
Man.
Destroyed like a lot of the coast. I think there's a death toll of like 55 people so far.
That's terrible, man. I was very sad to hear that.
And I think they said there's like 1,000 people missing because they had to run to the shore basically and jump in the water to get away from the fire.
That's terrible. You got to think of, just people's life uprooted just like that, like losing people, losing their livelihood, and it's just a big mess. I mean, hopefully they get the help that they need. Is anybody, hurt any? Are we helping?
So this is the thing, since like Hawaii is so isolated, it's hard to
get to
them quickly.
Yeah,
there is help on the way.
Just taking too long,
right? And people are trying to leave right now, of course, because if you're not from there, you don't need to be there right now.
Yeah, facts.
But there's people who live there that they don't have nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. Prayers out to everybody who's dealing with that right now, for sure.
Definitely. We forgot to talk about something last week.
Uh-oh.
Mia Khalifa getting dragged for her marriage advice.
Oh, man.
Mia Khalifa, why are you giving marriage advice?
What's she talking about, man? Tell the people who don't know.
So basically, Mia was talking about, to look after yourself, think about yourself. You don't have to stay with these guys. Don't worry about them. And it's your life. Take your life into your own hands. Think about yourself, basically.
No.
In your marriage, think about yourself.
Now, if you don't know who Mia Khalifa is.
Spicy star.
Yeah, she's a spicy star. Ex-spicy star. If you get the drift that we're saying.
She's not. She's not ex.
Oh, she's still active?
She's an OF girl.
Oh, okay. Well, she's still a spicy star. But it's kind of, people, I guess the uproar is like, how are you telling anybody anything about relationships?
Right. Like, you don't believe in the sanctity of your own box, so you definitely don't believe in marriage.
Yeah, it's kind of like, aligns with a lot of the narrative, or I don't want to say narrative, but a lot of the things going around today, like when we were talking about with Red with the Barbie movie, stuff like that. It's like, it's kind of scary, man, like where the world is going as far as like dating and marriage, even marriage. Like people are taking it serious.
They're saying like marriage is outdated now.
Wow.
On both sides. The guys feel like that and the girls feel like that.
So, I mean, it's going back to morals, it's going back to principles, it's going back to all these kind of things. It's kind of crazy, man. The whole world get separated. Then you got families separated. Then you got kids don't know who they are, that they're a cat, or what they identify as. It's like it goes down a slippery slope.
Yeah, it's someone like her is definitely not the right role model. But the bad thing is that she has so much money now that there's younger women that just look up to her. They want to be just like her. And that's the sad part, because she don't really live that great of a life. No. She just has money.
Yeah.
Which that's good. That's cool. Money helps. But there's more to life.
No, for sure. It's that, everybody's focused on chasing the bag.
Right. But it's like, this is my thought, right? Say you make $100 million a week, and you do that for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. What comes next? If you're just making $100 million every single week, what? Yeah. What are you gonna do after a while? And it's gonna be very normal to you.
No, facts. But I think it depends on how big your dreams are too. But this is the kicker of what you just said. It's not even just making the money. It's how she making the money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you smarting yourself out to get this money. Like, who's gonna take you serious? Two, that's your legacy.
Oh yeah, that's what she said. She said married once at 20 to like 21 or something.
Like 3 times, 2 times married,
and then one time engaged. And she kept the ring.
Yeah, she said she kept all the rings.
25 to 28. Then she said like 29 to 30, and that's the one she kept the ring.
Yes.
But it's like, that's what I mean. Like, you obviously suck at relationships.
Yeah. And
because in a decade you ran through three men that were supposed to be serious to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Do you think she just doing the, okay, let me rephrase this. This rings the bell, Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
What did she say? I'm choosing myself. And now she's saying it's hard being a single mom.
Right. That's what comes next, ladies.
But I mean, I don't think they just really don't care out here. At least in the Western countries, they don't care. Other places, they already know.
Yeah,
not to do that. But it's just, I don't know what it would take for like women to change their mind here.
A wake up call.
But I feel like there's so many.
It's gonna take.
Even COVID was kind of a wake up call.
I think this whole, what we're talking about with Red, this whole passport bro situation.
Over the next decade.
If it gets serious and men stop taking situations over here a certain way and focusing over there, it's going to be like.
But you heard what they said at the office, the passport office, right?
Nah.
They said there was like 22 million requests this year. They said they're behind.
Oh, man.
They can't even get the passports to people in 10 weeks no more. I'm glad I already got mine. I got mine years ago before any of this. I got mine like
4 years ago.
I don't have to update it for a couple more years.
Oh, man. I'm out of luck. Oh, man.
But it's just like, it's
crazy.
Right.
It's crazy. All right, what else we got?
Americana brand, Glendale robbery. So some thieves ran up in a store. They grabbed as much as they could grab, and then they ran out with basically $300,000 worth of stuff.
Woo.
And I know that story sounds familiar, but I promise it's a different place.
Man, every week we talking about a new robbery, a new heist.
Right.
We got a new heist for you every week, guys. Stay tuned.
That's the new purge, the running up in stores, smash and grab.
Last week it was Gucci store and
the jewelry store.
With
the Rolexes, with the GPSs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like we were talking about before every week it was a mass shooting. Now it's a mass robbery every week.
That's a step in the right direction, though. Yeah. That's better.
Yeah,
I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, I think when people do this, you got to realize this, guys. There's cameras everywhere. Right? What I mean by this, I'm not just talking about in the store. I'm not talking about outside the store. They're going to trace it back to where you came from. You know what I'm saying? So, please.
Especially if y'all have your phones with you.
Oh, my God. All you got to do is ping it.
Yeah. Boom. And they know everyone that was there.
Exactly. So.
And they said, 20 cars pulled out the parking lot?
That's 20 license plates. Got to be smart, folks.
I don't know. These new criminals, they don't think about stuff. They just see it and do it.
This is not the 80s.
They swear it is, though. I think y'all going to jail. All right. Ready to talk about some sports?
Let's do it.
So LeBron James is in some hot water because all of his students in his I Promise school failed their math tests.
Bron. I guess he got a promise to get them grades up now. I think that's interesting. I think. I'm wondering demographically. I don't know how things are in the state and all that, but do you think it's being highlighted because it's LeBron's school versus it could be some other schools out there that got the same results?
Yeah, of course that's part of it.
Right.
LeBron James, big NBA superstar. People want to know what he's doing.
But then, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He has his own school, and they want to see how the kids are doing in school. And it looks like they're not doing too well
right,
on the outside.
So the other part of that is because LeBron James' school, and there's no doubt, you can't tell me they don't have the resources. This guy's a billionaire, right? Mm-hmm. So do you think people are looking at it like because he has the capabilities of providing all the resources they need to succeed, that's another reason why this is such a huge deal, right? Because shouldn't be no reason why you could say like, oh, they didn't have the necessary this or that. Like They got everything. They should have everything.
Well, I think that's part of it, but also he talked about like some things that the kids need. Like I believe he said like the kids need to feel like someone cares about them, which of course that's true, but the kids also need to pass their math test.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so that just goes. I mean, you could just, if you want to make the parallel comparisons, right? You could say, okay, look at a school in the ghetto in the hood that don't have what they got. Is everybody there failing the test too?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, okay. So why? What makes your school better? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, the resources though. But it's just so much that goes into it.
Yeah, I think it's a process. Now, I think if they would have said the first year it opened, this happened, I would have been like, give them some time. Mm-hmm. And I still say give them some time. But I think this is 3 years in a row if we got that right. I think it's 3 years.
3 years.
3 years in a row.
Yeah, the kids, they don't know how to add correctly.
So hopefully they can get it right. You can never judge. You can never judge how fast kids can learn and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's solely up to the kids. They gotta wanna be there. They gotta wanna learn to work and all that too. But I mean, at the end of the day, everybody gotta be held accountable.
And math is a hard concept, so I do get that part. But the teachers are supposed to be able to teach the kids.
Yeah, and only defense I could say is, when I was in school up north, it was harder than down south.
I agree.
It was. I feel like all the work was harder. Everything was harder. I came down south and became a star student. I was like, it's like, wait a minute, this is easy.
Yeah, they definitely try a little bit harder, but yeah, Georgia is like in the bottom 5 for schools.
Oh man.
Yeah. At least for like high school and stuff like that. Probably got good colleges, but yeah, we don't be learning nothing in school. So, Giannis said he's not playing in Greece FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, Giannis said he ain't with it this year. So he made a statement like, and everybody know he's passionate about playing for his country and all that. But the Greek freak, he got to take care of his body, so he's been going through like workouts and strenuous workouts to get himself back in shape or back in order from his injuries, and having many doctor's visits and all these things, trying to get himself back right so he can get back to the championship form. But at the end of the day, Doc said, nope, you can't play, homie.
Yeah.
So it was a bummer for him and everybody on the Greece team. But he won't be playing. Right. Wrong one. All right, we'll find it.
So Puerto Rico played USA, a showcase.
Yeah, man.
And USA won 117-74.
Yeah, NBA, USA basketball and all that. It's it's good to see some basketball going on. I feel like it's been forever, and even though it wasn't that long ago that Denver won a championship, it feel like it's been forever since I watched like basketball. So it was good to see. But I feel like watching, when I watch Team USA or watch the USA showcase, stuff like that, it's like, man, I be thinking back like when like Kobe and LeBron or even before that, or when Iverson and different people. It's like, I don't get that same feeling no more, right?
Yeah, we don't. It's like the new guys don't have the same star power.
Yeah, it's like I support them. And hope they, always hope they do well. But it's just like, I don't know. It's that swag is missing.
It kind of reminds me of something Steph Curry was talking about. He was talking on, I think it was on Hot Ones. He was talking about how him and his dad talk about the game today versus when his dad played. And he said it was more physical and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, they had bigger stars back then.
Yeah, man. Back then, like, I don't want to sound like old head, but, then in the 90s,
It was just more exciting.
Every single team had a star. Mm-hmm. Every single team. You knew two things. You knew you was gonna be a good game. Like every team, you had somebody you can count on. No matter who. Atlanta had Dominic. Like it don't matter who it was, right, or what team. It was always a good team. And then two, they were gonna play. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of this load management. It wasn't people sitting out. It wasn't, I feel like I'm not ready to play today. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm sitting out taking a mental health day. Like, no.
And the thing that was cool back then, like the 90s and early 2000s, is you seen their come up. Like,
yeah.
Either they were playing street ball, so you heard their name.
Yeah.
Or they were playing in college, so you've seen some of their games.
No, for sure. Shout out to Dennis Rodman. I got the, wearing it right now.
But yeah, it would be nice to see more stars.
Hey, but it's kind of like how today is though, just in general though. If you think about it, like
everything's watered down.
Right. That's how I always view like sports and the time we live in. Like if you wanna understand the state of the world in a weird way, or just the pulse of how things are going, look at sports, right? Like you had your stars in each era, like how things were going on. Like in the 2000s, you had Iverson, Vince Carter. It felt like things are more raw. Mm-hmm. Even before that, you can go back. You know what I'm saying? And like you look at it now, and you say like a lot of rappers, rap artists, is not believable. It seems like, you know what I'm saying? Like the time is just crazy, it's just weird.
And then you got to like search for it really hard.
Yeah,
that's what the problem is. It's just like the artists they are out there. It's just that
the mainstream. Let me get that right. The mainstream.
Right. You got to really go search for them now.
That's what I'm saying. Same with the ball players. Like we were just talking about Team USA is like, or the USA basketball team is like, okay, the ones that we know, the mainstream ones that we know, if you wanted to compare Kevin Durant and I don't know, LeBron to like a Jay-Z and Nas. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like they're there, but they don't play all the time. They don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's an occasion when they come out to play. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But all these other guys got to hold it down, and it don't feel the same, man. It don't feel the same.
Y'all gotta be more exciting.
Word.
All right, so Kyrie left Nike for a new shoe. We don't really know this shoe yet, but it's the Anta Shockwave 5.
Yeah, it's an overseas brand, man. A big brand overseas, I believe. And it's good to see. Nike dropped them for their reasons, for something he posted on Twitter or reposted on Twitter, and they didn't like it, so they just let him go, which I didn't agree with. But he said, you know what? I'm going to give it a up-and-coming brand a chance, and we're going to rock with them and see what happens.
Right.
So it's good to see. I feel like other players should try other brands too. Everything ain't got to be Nike.
Right. It's good to have choices. Like
as I say that, you got the Nike hat on.
Hey, I don't have a problem with Nike. They don't have a problem with me. I take Nike checks.
Word. Yeah, absolutely. We will definitely do that.
But I think that you should definitely expand your options, basically.
Diversify your portfolio.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You got it.
Yes, sir.
All right, ready for a fun topic?
Uh-oh. Let's do it.
Got to pick one.
Uh-oh.
Delete the rest.
Oh, man.
So, we got groups this time. We got Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Migos. Tribe Called Quest. NWA.
Okay. I got to delete somebody?
You got to pick one and delete everybody.
Oh, man. All right, well, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
I got Wu-Tang.
All right, so I actually picked Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, I thought you were going to pick the Migos. I thought you were going to pick the Migos for sure.
I wanted to, but it's just, man, bro. I can't let go of Midnight Marauders.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that over culture, for sure, man.
Yeah, it's
So everybody picked Wu-Tang. Then after Wu-Tang, everybody picked Migos. Then they picked NWA. And Tribe was actually last.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good poll. I mean, I wonder if we had somebody, like we had guests on here, like we had a guest here on today's episode, who, like, if demographic wise, I'm thinking someone over 30, like 28, maybe 30 and up would pick Wu-Tang. Someone under 30 would pick Migos, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Migos was they was the biggest group of the 2010, so yeah, probably. More than likely they would.
I like these polls. Pause. As I was saying that, I was like, let me pause that real quick.
But yeah. So guys, that's the end of our show. If you made it this far, we want to thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe below. I'm Canary Valance.
Slyce.